turn up to work for reward, job satisfaction, recognition, and the environment. And not necessarily in that order, that's for certain. Reward, job satisfaction, recognition, and environment. And you will get so much more value from people when you focus on job satisfaction, recognition, and the environment they work in. The environment we can't always influence at a huge deal, but let's talk about job satisfaction and recognition. If you focus on that, you get much better value. If you only focus on money, well, it's a bit like selling your products or services. If all you're talking about price, and if you keep increasing the price for employees, you won't get better staff. That's for certain. That won't give you better staff. It'll give you higher payroll. Just like if you keep cutting the price of your product or service, it doesn't mean you're going to sell more of it. You just go bankrupt sooner. So I talked to them about how would they measure job satisfaction? Because you know for sure what you stand for. You know what goes on in your business. You know how you're going to do it yourself. You see, when you're hiring somebody, at whatever level, I want to focus on job satisfaction, recognition, and environment. The money is a detail which we have to pay. But I want them to get excited. It's a bit like selling a product or a service. I want them to get excited about the benefits. I want them to get excited. I want them to really want the job, not for the money. Of course we have to pay them. And get to talk to them about job satisfaction. Get to talk to them about what, and they might say, I'm not interested in recognition. That's a real problem for me, because that's what we sell. We have to give them recognition. If you think you can hire somebody, put her or put him in the corner and let them get on with it, you're not doing a good job, because we have to go out of our way and catch them doing good things. That's what will give them job satisfaction. And that's where you give them recognition. Sneak around the corner and catch them doing something good. You know, I say before you criticize anybody, you should catch them doing 3 good things first. That's what gives me the right to be critical about what they've just done. So often we hear about managers saying, that guy, I remember staff would say, that guy has never a good word to say for me. You only ever catch him doing something wrong. You say, yeah, but you're always doing things wrong. And it's not true. They will do loads of good things, but we're too busy to find them. We do well to go out of our way, catch them doing good things, talk about them, and then we will have more of their attention. We say, and by the way, Sheila, a little less of this would be helpful. When you hire somebody, you do well to take them on a tour of your office or tour of your factory, show them how it is. You do well at the interview stage to expose what it is you stand for and let them choose whether they actually want to come. Because if you're as honest as you possibly can be, you will frighten people away. What a good idea. And you tell them what your high standards are. Perfect supervision. The invaluable benefits of a splendid team spirit. I always say 10 a.m. start on the first day. It gives you a chance to at least get to work on time yourself. It saves you arriving, and you know, on the first morning, if they start at 9 o'clock, you'll often find that they're there at 8:30. And you think, for God's sake, you pull your car into the car park at 8:45, and they've already been there 15 minutes, and there's nobody to let them in. It doesn't make you feel too good. I always say 10 o'clock on your first day gives you a chance to tidy up a few things you'd like to have done, talk to a few members of staff that you might have forgot to mention to previously, and things like that. And then I say lunch on the first day. Now, when I say lunch on the first day, I'm suggesting you don't take them to lunch, but get one of your key people to take them to lunch. Now, I'm not suggesting a 4-course lunch with a bottle of port and a bottle of red wine and all that sort of stuff. I'm talking about taking them around the corners wherever everybody goes to lunch, but on the first day. Why? Well, first of all, it's quite a friendly thing to do on their first day to give them the feel for where we're at. But more importantly, you're going to get to hear things that you didn't hear at the interview. You're going to get to hear things that's going to send a shiver down your spine. You're going to get to hear things that's going to force you to make a quick decision. Because when your manager, right-hand man, secretary, PA, or colleague, or partner, whoever it is, don't go to lunch yourself. Get somebody else to do it. Takes them to lunch, and they'll come back and they'll go, how was lunch? I'm not talking about was the lasagna good or bad. I'm talking about how was lunch. I'm talking about how do you get on with this new person? And they're going to say, did you know? And I'm thinking, oh my God, I didn't. Straight away, you got to make a decision. You say, oh, well, you want to turn a blind eye to it? Don't be crazy. If it's a serious problem, you've got to meet it head on, and you probably have to say goodbye. And that's why at the interview stage it's important not just that they do full disclosure of what they're doing, but you do it. You tell them what you stand for. You tell them what's important to you. You tell them, go through the list of what really winds you up. Tell them about the previous people who didn't make it. And you'll find loads of people won't come back for a second interview. Isn't that all right? Because you've just told them how you are. Show them the website, but then show them what really goes on in your factory. Employing family and friends, oh my goodness, we're heading for serious trouble. You see, there's nothing wrong with family and friends, but it's got to be business. Really, you've got to be effective. You know, when we hire somebody out of sympathy, can you hire this guy? He's a friend of mine. He just lost his job. He just made redundant. He's a really nice guy. He's a really nice guy, and he's handy. And he just lost his job. And if he doesn't, he'll lose his mortgage. He'll lose his home. Wife and 16 children, I don't know. And you say, okay, I'll give him a job. If you give a job out of kindness, how can you fire them for being ineffective? There's a complete contradiction in terms. There's nothing wrong with doing loads of charity. There really isn't. There's a great place for it. But if you're running a business, we've got to be effective. And if we start giving jobs for people out of charity, we're really, really looking for trouble. Now, there's nothing wrong with giving a job to your neighbour, but be honest and tell them that you're trying to run a business. They say, I understand. And you think, no, he doesn't understand. You say, we need to make a profit. He say, I know, I heard about that. Yeah. We need people to be effective. He say, oh yeah, what does that mean? I said, I'll tell you exactly what it means. If you're really good, we'll keep you. If you're very good, we'll promote you. If you're exceptional, we'll give you a bonus. But if you're no good, we'll have to say goodbye. He said, oh, I know that. He doesn't know that. But you really have to say it once, twice, 25 times in different ways. You've got to tell them the same story, what you stand for, because you have to be effective. Because I hate firing, I love people. And because I hate firing people, I go out of my way at the interview to frighten them away by telling what I stand for. I want people to be all the things my friend was, except being effective. Honest, reliable, hard-working, loyal, good sense of humour, imagination, and effective.